If you ever wondered how terrifying it is to be an editor in the film industry, the 2025 Filipino horror film Posthouse gives you an idea of that, albeit in a more nightmarish way. So the story follows a film editor and his daughter as they try to restore a silent horror film that eventually unleashes something sinister. And honestly, the film does feel that way all throughout. There's a sense of dread and paranoia that lingers through almost every scene, thanks in no small part to the cinematography, coupled with the score that sinks into you like the feeling of something dark taking over. And if you're familiar with the terrifying visuals of something you'd find in Sinister or The Ring or Pulse, heck, even the PT demo, then you know exactly what you're in for when you're watching this. The film puts you into this uncomfortable claustrophobic space that is only amplified by the monster that lurks around. And I gotta say, the manananggal is actually pretty terrifying to look at. Sure, there are your typical jump scares, but there are moments where things are quiet, yet you're left with some pretty unsettling imagery. Now, aside from the horror of the film, we have some very strong performances from our leads. They carry the film's drama and story, which in itself is polished enough that it's focused on what it wants to tell. I do applaud how the story decided to highlight the struggles of film editing and also even film restoration and giving love to what is essentially the first Filipino horror film ever made. Posthouse does a great job in not just psychological horror but also with how it presents Filipino mythology and Filipino film history, and is definitely worth your time to watch.